Hey everybody, welcome to this video. In this video, I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about the command rsync to get started with it. The command rsync allows you to transfer and sync files efficiently across different directories and machines. Now, if you ever want to set up backups for your files or sync files across different machines, rsync is the best way to go about. Now, generally, rsync will be installed in your devices, but if you're using a device which is Debian based machine or an RPM based Linux machine, you need to install rsync. Now, if you are using a Debian based machine, just in your terminal type in the command apt-get install rsync. The rsync will be installed in your devices, and if you're using an RPM based machine, just change the command to yum install rsync and hit enter, and rsync will be installed to your devices. Once this is done, first before going any further, let me explain the setup which I have going on. I'm running a virtual machine. In the virtual machine on the left hand side I have a terminal, and on the right I have two directories open. Both the directories have a same parent directory, that is desktop, and the original directory has few files as you can see over here, but the backup directory is empty. Now what we are trying to do is we are trying to sync the content of the original directory into the backup. So we're trying to create a backup of whatever is there in the original. So before we begin, first let me change my directory to desktop. So once I am in desktop, let me use the command rsync. Now the general syntax of the command is rsync space option space source space destination. Now for the first time we are not using any options of rsync. We are just trying we'll just start with rsync space the source, that is original, slash star. Now here, as we are not using any options, we not only need to specify the directory name, but also what files will be copied or which will be synced with the destination. So by using star, I'm telling to sync all the files present in the original directory to the destination, which we'll type now, that is backup. And I slash and I hit enter, and voila, all the files from the destination are being synced into backup. Now this command can be run once again, and there will be no changes or no additional files will be created in the backup. This is one of the benefits of rsync. Now let me tell you that this is not the best way of using rsync, because consider or imagine there is a subdirectory present in the original directory. So let me create a subdirectory mkdir using mkdir for subdirectory inside original. I will name it snapshot. So I've created a subdirectory snapshot inside the original directory. So after creating this, let me try to run my previous rsync code. So here, as you can see in the terminal, it shows skipping directory snapshot. Now what this happened over here is it just copied or sync all the files present. It does not sync the subdirectories present inside the directory original with backup. So if you want to sync all the subdirectories as well, we need to start using options. Now the first option I'm going to show you is -r. When now, as you are using option, there's no use to use star, because -r says to the kernel that sync all the contents of the directory original inside the directory backup. Now if I hit enter, the directory snapshot has been synced with directory backup. Now here I just want to show you one more thing. Now imagine if I hadn't put this slash. So now what this represents is rsync is telling to sync the original directory itself, not just the contents. It's telling to sync the original directory inside the backup directory. Now if I hit enter, as you can see, the whole directory itself has been synced and not just the contents of the directory. Now if I try to open up, the contents will be inside this original directory. So let me delete this for now, and I want to show one more benefit why I'll show you one more option of rsync. Instead of using r, you can use -a. A is called as archive. It is not only does it recurse its directories, it is also capable, it also copies the swim links. The directory links are also copied, and the permissions, modification time, group owners, everything, all of these are also as well copied. So if you want all those things to be copied, you can use dash A. This is one of the most commonly used options. So right now, if you use dash A, oh, I have not, let me put my backslash back. So now if I enter, directory is being copied with option A. Let me delete everything as of now. Now let me show you one more option which is common. Now if imagine you have thousands of files. Right now we have only few countable files, but imagine you have thousands of files present and you want to sync all those files into a destination, but you want to check those files before syncing. So there is an option available for that too. You need to type rsync space dash a. Now let us do a file. It's called option dry run. It's double dash dry dash run the source space the destination. Now if I enter, it is actually uh, just conducting a dry run, and if you want the dry run to be visible, you will need to use one more option, that is v. So you will use rsync dash a v. V is nothing but verbose. It is called as verbose and it is used to show the output of the dry run. So if I hit enter, now I can see all the files which will be synced with into the desk backup folder or the backup directory if I say run the same command without dry run. So now if I run the same command deleting dry run, see it shows how what are the files that will be copied and the directories, and it does it. So when if you are dry run is very helpful when you want to see what will happen before it happens, and it will help you in a lot of situations. Now imagine a situation where there is an additional file in the backup directory which is not present in the original directory. So let me clear my terminal first for better visibility. And now what I'm going to do is create a file using touch inside backup. I will name it as extra file. Now, extra file is created right over here, which is not present in the original file. Now, let me delete all the other files except the extra file. So once I've deleted all the other files, let me try to use dry run on it, and it says it is gonna add all those files, but and let me try to run it without the dry run, and it copies all the files, but the extra file is there as it is. But now sometimes when you want to create an exact copy of your original and you don't want any additional files present in the backup which are not there in the original, you can use another option, that is delete. So let me show you how that works. I just add space double dash delete. Now let me dry run this and show you what happens. Dry run, and now if I hit enter, it shows deleting extra file. So for better visibility, let me bring it on top. Let me dry run. Now it's showing deleting extra file. Now let us carry out this operation without dry run. So now if we do that, the extra file has been deleted. So uh, till now what we saw were the from basics till and using options, how async is used. Now consider you want to this as your client server, like my present workspace as the client, and I want to transfer data to a server. Now I don't have a server, but I have another virtual machine running to which I have SSH access to. Let me open another terminal, place it over the right hand side. Let me extend it. Now let me try to connect to the another virtual machine which will act as a server. SSH, the username, at the IP address of the server, and let me hit enter. So it's asked for password. See, now here you have on the left hand side it's bcom ubuntu 2, and here it's bcom at ubuntu 1. So this, I have SSH access to the server, so I have entered this server. Now let me first clear this, and now let me see the list of files I have over here. Let me see what is there in public. There is nothing. Now on the other side, on the left hand side, our client side of the server, client side of the system, let us see what is, let us go back to our root directory and let us examine our public directory. So in our public, we have two documents, that is backup and website. So let us do one thing. Let us try to copy, or let us try to send backup folder. Oh, no, let us try to copy the whole content of this public directory into our server. Now, to use this, we can use rsync. Using rsync space, first we have to use the options. So what we are going to do is first we are going to use, okay, here we are going to use few additional options, that is Z. Z is used to compress files. So when you're sending files through server from your client to server, there can be a large amount of data, so Z will compress it. A is to copy all the files and subfiles with their permissions, and P will show you the progress bar, space, the location of your source, that is from root, public. So everything that is inside public, that is backup and website, and here the public is empty. So this is our server, this is our client side. So left is our client side, right is our server. So here public now space, what I'm going to use is the destination. So destination, first we need to sign in to our user name. So our username is bcom at the IP address 192, the same IP address we SSH'd into, .168.56.100. And now let me choose the location. Now the location from root to public. Now let me hit enter. It asks for the password. Let me enter the password. And the task completes. It shows here all the files have been copied 100%. Now to verify, let us go to the right hand side terminal and use ls public once more, and it shows backup. Now ls public let us see what is the data present in backup. You have index1.css over here. Let us check the same thing. ls public backup slash. Now if I enter, I have index1. So this file which were there inside the public directory have been, all the directories and the files have been copied to our server. Now on the other hand, imagine you had an extra file in your server. So let's do this. Let us delete the backup from your client directory. Now let us do rm backup slash. Oh, sorry, I didn't change directories first. cd Now let me clear this so it comes on top. Now let me ls and let me remove the directory as well. Now the backup directory is not present in our client side, but it is present in the server side, as you can see over here. Now if you want to get that backup back from your server to the client, we can use rsync as well again. So let us first cd back. Now here what we are going to type is rsync space. Now the source. The source is our uh, server. So the source now will be our server. So it is the first we need to add options, that is dash Z is for compress, A is for saying all the files and directories and subdirectories to be copied, and P is for progress space our source. So our source as of now it is the server. So we start with the username but server IP address 192.168.56.100. The location with root we go to public, and then we need to copy the backup folder for directory BAC. So we type in backup. So now it says we are copying the backup to our destination, which is our client's root, to public directory insert. Now we click enter. It asks for the password. We type in the password. Once the password is typed, you see the process carry on, and then it shows 100% completed. The file and the directory is copied. Now let us again ls and see what is present in public. The directory backup has been again taken, or you can say synced from the server to back to your client page, I mean client computer. So this is how you can use SSH. Now if you want to go more further, let us just ls into backup. See, the file is again retained, again sync back. So this is how you use rsync. The most general use of rsync is used to pair it with jobs. So if you don't know what cron jobs are, it is a way to set up commands to run at regular intervals. Now, pairing cron jobs with rsync is very helpful that you can run regular syncs. So imagine you have a server present and you have a website running, and you want to create you want to sync its regular states. So instead of doing it manually, you can just use rsync paired with cron jobs so that the task is carried out automatically. So this is how you basically use rsync, and these are the advantages of rsyncs. Now, if you want to experiment more on rsyncs, you can just type in rsync space dash h, which will show you all the options that are available in the rsync, and where if you experiment it on your own, you will get to know about it more better. But rsync is a very fun tool, and I hope you enjoyed this course. So I thank you all for watching this video, and have a nice day.